Welcome to Bupa. To help us direct your call, please select from one of the following options. If you are an existing customer, please press 1. For a new health insurance quote, or to discuss a quote we have already provided, thank you for contacting Bupa. We're sorry, but the offices are currently closed. Please call again during normal office hours.
Okay, it's not happening today as I thought. But I've done some research and I've seen some really good options available, but again, none of them cover pre-existing conditions. But the thing is, I remember when I got my accident insurance 2 years ago through a company I work for. When I got it, I already had a really bad root canal situation happening that required urgent care, and I went to a private hospital and I got it done there like literally a week later, and they covered it. Surely a root canal is a pre-existing condition, and I already had problems with that too specifically before I got my insurance, so why did they cover it then? I was not brought up in this country and I am entirely on my own here. I have a boyfriend and I have some friends, but that's it. I don't have family who knows all the ins and outs of life in the UK, of all the things you need to focus on, all the opportunities you can miss out on. I'm talking financials, education, health, like all the important things. I keep realizing things that I never knew existed that are so different from the country I'm from. For example, this health insurance thing, like I'm so used to just brute forcing it, you know, I'm so used to just working really hard and just making my way through life when there's options out there that make life easier. For example, this insurance thing. I have so many dental problems. Surely if I was brought up here, if you're predisposed to certain health problems, long term you will be benefiting from a health insurance. Or for example, economic things like opening savings account from like a really young age and saving up continuously and knowing where to go to save up. For example, Skipton offers a 25% on top of whatever you invest, but their yearly limit is 4k compared to other help to buy options that are available through Barclays or Lloyds, where the government doesn't support as much. People who come to live in UK, they have to figure it out on their own. I never felt it as much as I am feeling it these days when I'm getting a bit more serious with my life, I guess, and I feel like I'm somewhat disadvantaged in that regard, but it is entirely my fault because it was my decision to move country. I should have thought about it before and I didn't. I just focused on doing my best to survive, basically. I remember the first couple of years of me living here, it was awful. I wasn't allowed to work full time because I was a student. I wasn't allowed to work at all, in fact. So I had to find cash in hand jobs and work crazy amount of hours. I used to have 3 jobs and be at uni full time. And I used to walk from Streatham Hill to central London every day because I couldn't afford a bus or I couldn't afford lunch, so it would take me 3 to 4 hours to walk to uni and then walk back, and I was just doing it because I didn't know there was another way, you know, and maybe there wasn't any other ways for me at the time, but I'm so wired to just doing it regardless of how hard it may be that I'm not even thinking of an opportunities that are out there that might make my life easier, you know. I'm so mad at myself, not at anybody else, of course. I'm just mad at myself for not spending enough time doing research. It just basically feels like I truly suck at life at this stage because I just keep failing at things that I shouldn't be failing at my age, and it is really frustrating. Jaw surgery thing and other things, other aspects of my life that I'm going through at the moment, it's just shown me all of that so vividly, and it's like a huge push for me to get my shit together. So while I am really incredibly frustrated with myself, I'm also really grateful for this opportunity to learn and understand things and be more helpful to other people who might be going through the same thing, because I do know how important it is to help each other, especially during this COVID times. And not just COVID, like any times, like people go through middle quarter life crisis or just regular crisis on a daily basis, you know, millennial life crisis. And life that we used to have before is drastically different from what life is today. And if you think about it, your family grew up, what, like 50 years ago. Compare life back down to life today, and all the aspects of life, various attitudes and interests and thought processes and approaches, everything has changed. I think our generation has to adapt so fast to everything, and sometimes I personally feel overwhelmed by the amount of change and by the amount of time I feel I need to invest into life for me to just keep up with everything. And it's too much. I think sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes when my parents give me advice, it just feels so outdated. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Like you have to be so spot on with things these days. Okay, so I really needed to vent today, and thank you so much for listening to me venting about this whole freaking thing. And I will continue doing my research on Bupa and other healthcare options, and hopefully I will get somewhere. But if I don't, whatever, I've learned my mistake, and in the future, if I am to go through anything like that, I will know better. As a disclaimer, I wanted to say that I am really truly grateful for everything in my life, for the fact that I do have a family in the first place. I did manage to move to the UK and live here, as this was my dream my whole life anyway. I am grateful about the fact that I do have a permanent job. I have had a chance to have really good education. I'm super grateful. The reason why I am venting today is because I'm mad at myself for not doing enough research into things that I can benefit from in the UK. So far, I've just been trying to make things work. And now I think I have a chance of optimizing all those things. So I went a bit overboard with the stuff that I got, I think, but it's so exciting to me. So I got these flowers, this seeding trays, this compost thing, and then this thing for like flowers that are grown up, and in my case for these roses I needed a separate thing. And I got some food stuff because all my plants die literally every time I plant them. It's ridiculous. And I got some actual seeds to go with it. So I got this thing, this thing, this thing, and this flower, and like this amazing bush. So yeah, I'm gonna try and plant this weekend. It's actually really exciting to me, and really funny as well, because I do come from an agricultural background, and I spent my whole childhood dealing with growing potatoes and everything else, and I hated it so much. It was such a big part of my life, and now I'm coming back to it, but with flowers. So far it's been a really productive, great Friday. Hope you guys are having a productive day as well, and I will see you in another vlog. Bye.